Brands Hatch in autumn. It's the traditional end to the touring car season. For BTCC, it's an annual fixture. For TCR UK, this is the second time in 3 seasons that the year has ended in Kent, as it will again next year. For a northerner like me, doing 5 to 5.5 hour drive isn't exactly my favourite journey of the year, but it's worth it when you get there. For me, I'm just down for the Saturday of a 2-day meeting. But with only 1 day availability, I've hedged my bets because Saturday has qualifying in the race, Sunday has just a race. And as it'll turn out, in many ways I chose the wrong day. I headed up to Druids for the start of the session, catching cars coming up Hillwoods Hill at the perfect time of day as the sun goes. With a polarising filter on an 18-400mm lens, there's some fine shots where you can see into the cockpit of the cars. In the middle of Druids, where the cars are at the slowest, it's still easy to get dizzy when you're panning, but the light, well, it was a bit shit there. That's the compromise, I suppose. It's great coming up the hill, but when you turn around and you've got the sun behind the cars, with it being a low winter sun, it's not quite my personal favourite look. For a fat asthmatic like myself, Brands can be a bit of a ball ache with its steep inclines, but to be fair, Trackside here, compared to many other tracks, the footing's decent, and for the end of the session I head back down the hill towards Graham Hill Bend, and then back up to the pits. Friday testing, by all accounts, was useless. Wet, so the cars, for the drivers heading into the qualifying session, it's a sweet little mystery. Adam Shepherd takes pole position from Callum Newsom by 0.2 of a second, with Max Hall, Sam Laidlaw, George Jackson and Brad Hutchison rounding out the top 6. This year, at Brands, TCR UK is on the British Truck Racing Championship bill. A championship that a lot of people are ignorant of in terms of its reach and crowd size, because it is a big deal. And the trucks themselves are beasts. If you've never been to a truck race, many of the spectator areas are actually cordoned off And trackside people like marshals and media have to move into public areas when they're on track. If one of these goes off, it's fuck up pretty damn quick. So even with my fear of heights, I went somewhere quite safe. And then I went and had my dinner, or lunch as posh people would call it. So that's qualifying done. I'm in the media car park because it's lunchtime. We've had qualifying. Adam Shepherd's on pole, 2/10 quicker than Callum Newsham. The championship's between them two. Adam just needs to bag 7 points today to take the championship, which would be if he won and Callum finished third, that would be it. Been here many times before. Back in 2018, Dan Lloyd took the first TCR UK title. It was a classic case of mopping it up, just finishing, and it was a classic case of mopping it up on the track because it absolutely pissed it down that day, and racing was suspended for a couple of hours. Ollie Taylor had a chance mathematically, but he was never going to unseat Dan after the season that he'd had. 2019. Well, Dan went off back to the BTCC and he won BTCC that year as well. But 2019, James Turton and Henry Neal took the two titles because it was the touring car trophy back then, of which TCR UK was a class. I'm not going to go into the politics of it now, but yeah, 2019 TCR UK title was won by James Turton when his brother Colin won the British Touring Car Championship. Henry Neal, son of Matt Neal, took the touring car trophy itself, which he defended in 2020 when Lewis Kent took the TCR UK title. That was the one that I missed because that was during lockdown. I couldn't get accredited for it. 2021 was a classic. Last race of the year. At the start of the day, there was 6 drivers in contention, and it was all in one day. You had a practice session, a half-hour qualifying session, and 3 25-minute races. It was a mental day, up and down, up and down. But again, mopping it up, Lewis Kent took the title with, I think it was 2 6ths and a 7th from Bruce Winfield, and the late and much missed Dan Kirby finished third in the championship that year. 2022, yet again, driver out in the league, Chris Smiley. Now, Chris came in the first race of 2022 after leaving British Touring Cars, turned up with a Honda, won the first race, and everybody thought, shit, this is it, Chris is going to walk the title. But he didn't actually win in the race until the last day of the season at Stettin, which is the wettest I have ever been at a racetrack. The thing I regret most about that day actually is not pissing myself, and that's because it was so wet that my underwear and everything, all my clothes were completely, I had to get changed. I had to change my underwear. I was that bloody wet on the day. But Chris, a first and a third, and that was interesting because Chris wouldn't have won the title if dropped scores weren't in, because Isaac Smith scored more points than Chris, but he finished every race. At this level, should we have dropped scores? That's a debate for another day. 2023, Carl Bordley here, yet again, a mopping up exercise. Last year, Carl did it at Silverstone. It was a mop, 3/4 places. And today, it seems to be the same. I would love to see a real classic type battle like we're seeing in 2019. Now, with Max Hall and Sam Laidlaw and George Jackson and drivers like that with the pace and the rows behind, if Adam gets a bad start and somebody nerfs him and puts him in the gravel and Callum wins, then it swings the other way around where Callum would have a 6-point lead in the championship. So it's far from over. I've had me dinner. We're in the overflow car park. I went in this morning and then I had to get chucked out because there wasn't any parking for us lovely people with the parking passes. So I'm beside the M20, I believe it is, on the other side of the road. I feel like a pauper. Anyway, let's go and see what's going on and see if the title gets took today. With a decent sized field, TCR UK is on the up again. A good grid size fills much of the pit lane nicely. With one late withdrawal, it's still at 18 cars, and considering the state of TCR at national level around the world, it's actually quite strong. The thing about end-of-season races where there's a title on the line is there's a strange mix of relaxation and tension. End-of-term fun in some garages mixes with the stress of ensuring everything's perfect for those who still have some serious business to attend to. Before the opening race, you can see in the eyes of the drivers different states of minds. And to see him up and down the pit lane, at Jam Sport, a last minute rush to get the Subaru ready after it shat itself. George Jackson, a revelation over the last 2 rounds, is quite relaxed. Harry Brewer takes on some late advice and the teams await the signal that indicates pit lane open. The lowering sun gives a listless, almost nihilistic aura to proceedings as the cars head to the grid. Crossing over the warm front tyres with the cool race for the green flag laps, it's busy, with a palpable air of tension. Could this be where Adam Shepherd takes the 2025 title? Overlooking Graham Hill Bend is my first slot for the 20-minute race, again with the sun behind, over at Clearways and with a golden hour light. It's almost perfect to start with the plan being to work along the Cooper Straight, meaning I'll finish the race at the pit lane entrance where the winners will be parked up after the race. But, as usual, the best laid plans and all that. 2 problems crop up. There's 3 point panicking. Shepherd takes the lead with Newsham in tow, and I head down beside where the pit access gate is and bump into the legend that is Peter Still. And then there's a yellow flag due to the Subaru having a few issues, which leads to a red flag. That's problem 1, because about 8 minutes of safety car isn't good for photography. You don't get the cars every 50 seconds for a start, and tyre warming photos, well, they're usually obvious. About 8 minutes of safety car isn't good for photography. You don't get the cars every seconds, and cars weave into warm tyres. Those photos are obvious and usually unusable. The second problem is part of the Cooper Straight is now a red zone. We're not allowed to shoot there, which is a shame. But in a way, the 2 negatives tend to an advantage. I do get to shoot on the Cooper Straight and get to the pits, but in a different way. With there being a red flag and obviously a lengthy one. I head to pit lane and the pit wall. I catch a bit of information from Dave Newsham about how Callum's handling the championship showdown. There are a few other bits of info being passed about, but I have to dash off to the end of the Cooper Straight to catch the second half of the race. The sun's slowly lowering, and some cloud isn't playing ball from this position as I catch a few laps before heading to the pit lane to catch post-race festivities. But the title isn't claimed. Shepherd needs 2 points on Sunday, an equivalent to 14th place. But here, I'll let Adam and Callum tell you what the score is at that point.
I bet you're feeling that it's not top draw at the moment.
No, not great, but we needed to win that race. But we still kept it just about alive because he needed 1 point. it's the fastest lap, and I got the fastest lap, so he needs 1 point to win the champion. So we kept it alive going into the race 2 tomorrow. It's going to be hard.
Yeah, Dan was saying earlier on that there's been a big job on the back end of this car. They've done a fantastic job, haven't they?
Yeah, they really have. Yeah, thank you to everyone that was involved in that.
What? Is it too early to say that there's a difference in handling because of the way the back end's been put together? Do you know enough about the car yet?
It doesn't feel much different to what it felt like. Yeah, I think they got it pretty much spot on because it handles the same. So, no, not really complaining with that.
But I mean, there's not much to see really, is there, at the minute?
No.
So what would you do for tomorrow? Is it just all out for the win? And
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what we need to win. We need to win.
Yeah.
This. We're going to make a lot of changes to this because we weren't very quick in that race, even though we got the fastest lap.
yeah,
We could have gone a lot quicker. So we made a few changes, and then hopefully try and win the race tomorrow from P9.
do you think it might be a little bit different if you'd got the car a bit earlier in the year?
Oh yeah. I was saying that before. If we got it mid-season when Adam got his SNET, I think it would have been a lot closer. Maybe it might have swung in my favour a bit because we are quick in this. But yeah, no.
Well, I'm not saying tomorrow because I'm only part-time. So would you rate the season anyway overall?
I mean, it's been pretty decent. I think it's not been as successful as last year because we haven't had that many wins. But I think when we were in the against the VZs was quite hard.
Yeah.
Just didn't have that. They had that pace advantage on us.
Yeah.
But this has brought us right back into mid slack. And then if you say like you could have had this at the start of the year, it might have been a completely different story.
Yeah.
So.
What about you and yourself in terms of your driving? Because obviously there was points this year where you were in a car that should have been mid-grid but was winning races.
Yeah, that's what
Have you made a big step up this season, do you think?
I think, maybe. Yeah, I think I'm at my peak. I'm at my peak.
Yeah. Your peak's supposed to come in the next couple of years.
Yeah. So hopefully it does carry on. But yeah, Silverstone, I think, was my ideal race. We got 2 podiums and the race win, race 3 against the VZs around the straight line speed track, which is. Yeah, we didn't have the 3 line beat us this time. So yeah, that was my highlight, Silverstone.
Yeah.
So we're sure what we could do. And if we were in the Electric there, I think you're right. More.
Yeah. But when the season's all said and done, feel like you can at least sleep knowing that you've done everything that you could have done.
Last minute again tomorrow.
But I'll give you a phone call, for example.
I think you done right. Me and the team, we've all done the best we could. There's been a few mistakes on my side and a few things out of my control, like SNET. It's been pretty good.
And I think recently against Adam, it was a fast lap. Is that? Do you think raised your game as well?
Yeah, it might have. Yeah, because he's one of the best.
Yeah.
There's literally not much in it between me and him, so yeah.
Because it's like over the other side with Ingram and Sutton, they both said, this year they've actually, even though it's been opposite strategies, they've been on track against each other more than the previous 2 years, and they both feel like it lifted the game.
Yeah.
And it's, been in the mix with, the top couple of drivers. I mean, you're the superstar, aren't you? With the best car. With the best car, exactly. Hey, I've just downloaded RaceRoom, so I'm driving one of these now.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking terrible at it, like. A few words with the don't get the beer into the shot. Right, so you're almost there now.
Nearly there. 2 points I think we need, so get the car prepped, make sure everything's okay, and then go again tomorrow. I think we're discussing that if it's wet, maybe a pit lane start or start from the back just to limit turn 1 danger. It feels not something that we would normally do, but we've earned the luxury to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, when I said it to the team, they told me to shut up and get in the car again tomorrow and go for another win. But realistically, the way I described it is, if you're going into a boxing ring and you were offered the choice of headgear and the other person wasn't, you're going to take the chance, aren't you? So I'm the same thing. I think we've earned the luxury to do that if we need. This drive will probably start in a grid box and then try and push for the podium again. But great weekend, great year. 6, I think every pole other than 1, is it?
Yeah.
8 wins in a year. No, it's good.
It is. It makes up for last year and the year before. I mean, 'cause last year there was 6 wins, 6 in a row that you would have had.
Leading. Yeah, it happens. We just want to get this one over the line now and then look to next year with the sponsors. And huge thanks to everyone like Capture Motorsport and Excellent, Chevron Motors, 5G Communications. Wouldn't even be here without them. They've bought us the car. Well, it's their car, but you know what I mean. They've bought us a new car. They've put us out here. So yeah, huge thanks. And then our new sponsor, Palmer's Motor Company, have got us here this weekend as well.
Nothing to do with me. No, but
no, it's good.
I was talking to Callum earlier on, he's saying, about racing his game, racing against a fast lad like yourself. I mean, how's he compared as like your main rival compared to like the last couple of years with people like Wardley and whatnot?
Well, Callum's fast, isn't he? I think Carl never really had raw pace, in my opinion. He won championships because he was experienced and he'd done the right thing at the right time, and that's obviously a skill in itself. But in terms of raw pace, Callum is fast. So it's just you have to make sure everything's on it every weekend. The team have been fantastic. My ADHD goes mad at race weekends. I ask everyone about 8 times if they've done the job they're supposed to be doing. But someone like Callum pushes you hard. I think obviously they got in a new car, they've been quick, but we've just kept going. We've had 40 kilo in this weekend and still shown that we can put it up there and win. So it's good.
Will you sleep well tonight?
I'm going to sleep better. Sleep better. Until it's done, it's not done, is it? I think we're in a good position, but let's see tomorrow. We'll just go over the car and make sure it's all good.
Right, something lovely. After the race, the pit lane was a bit mad while the big podium was being used. Okay then, for me, that's the season done. But the championship for TCR UK is yet to be decided. As you've seen in an interview there with Callum and Adam, nobody's going to commit to it being over and done with, but I think barring extreme circumstances, I think it's only going to go one way. But it's been an interesting season. Admittedly, the season started off with the championship looking quite strong. In the middle of the year there was maybe a dip in car numbers, but 18 cars starting the race today. Could that be a portent of things to come for next year? But for me, it's time to go home. In fact, it's time to go to McDonald's because we've got a lot of McDonald's Monopoly vouchers to spend for free burgers and McFlurries and stuff like that.